Welcome back to another video from the blog. Forex is easy. Up here you can find Forex is easy, the blog, and the blog address below, the web address where my cursor is running along. Now we've talked about short-term and long-term trading. Well, this is just a continuation. This method using a particular indicator called Average Directional Movement Index, or ADX, is quite good for trading both short-term and long-term. Now the setup I've got here, these little blue and red arrows, and I've also got the pivot lines on here, are actually from a system called FX Wizard, or a PDF called FX Wizard. It was written several years ago by a chap that is involved in the Trade to Win forums, and he made it freely available for everyone to use. It's pretty outdated now. When I say outdated, I mean it was actually based on the old MT3 platform. So a lot of the indicators mentioned in the book itself are not available anymore. However, there's still plenty of substitute indicators you can find quite easily for the MT4. FX Wizard, as you can see my cursor, that's the name of the method. It's quite a good book to read actually. There's a fair bit in it. If you can't find it, do a Google search. If you can't find it, just contact me at this email address here. That's my email address, buff33@bigpond.net.au, and I'll forward you a copy, no problems at all. Alright, this system, as I said, this is a system that can be used on many time frames. At the moment I've got it set on the USD Japan, or the yen as I call it, and it's just set on the 5-minute chart. Now obviously we've got the chart here. These blue and red arrows, as I said before, they're from the FX Wizard system itself. They're actually the indicator, custom indicators called trend signal. They just give me an idea when the market's turning, that's all. They're not really there to trade off. So I don't think when I see a red arrow I go short, when I see a blue arrow I go long. That's not quite right. It just gives me an indication. It's a visual thing. Simple as that. Below here we have the ADX, or the Average Directional Movement Index, which is freely available on all MT4 platforms. It has 3 lines. As you can see, we have a blue dotted line, a red dotted line, and a bright yellow solid line. The bright yellow solid line is probably the most important. That's the actual ADX itself. And the other 2 lines, red and the blue, they're what they call the positive and negative DIs. Basically with these two, just assume, like I do in a lot of my trading, red is short and blue or green is long. So if the red line is above the blue line, as it is here where the cursor is, you can assume the market's heading down. And where's an example? Blue is above the red, market's heading up. Just gives you a quick idea which way the market's going. The other indicator below I've got is the one I've talked about in the previous video. I'm not sure how you pronounce it, Laguerre, or as I call it, just the lag. It's spelled Laguerre. I'm just leave this on the chart just for the 5 minutes. I'm trying to check it out as a filter, that's all. But the ADX is the most important thing, and that's this indicator here. Now I'll just make my chart a little bit bigger so it makes it a bit clearer, and I'll explain a bit of, I'll just take it so it doesn't move. Oops, wrong one. I'll just explain how I interpret the signals on the ADX. Now the pivot lines are also on the chart. That's a part of the FX Wizard setup. Now what we're looking for on the ADX, see this white dotted line along here through the middle of the ADX? That's set at the level 20. Now what is commonly spoken about is if the ADX itself, the yellow line, is above the 20 level, that horizontal white line, then there is a trend. Now this yellow ADX line can be going up in either a long trend or a short trend. So that doesn't, the yellow line does not dictate the direction of the trend, it just dictates the strength of the trend. Now what we're looking for ideally for the ADX, the yellow line, to head up over the 20 and either the blue or the red lines to head up also above the 20. I'll see if I can find a good example. Here we go. just follow my cursor here. I'll put the crosshairs on so it's a bit easier to see. See how the ADX has turned up there? There's a 20, so it's above the 20, it's turned up. We've also got the red crossing above the 20, so that's a good place to go short in this area here. Now my arrow, which is a visual thing, as I say, doesn't dictate my trades, but that certainly would have been short by then. So it's moving up, and that's moving up. Now I'll just get rid of the cursor. I'll see if I find again, here's one to the long side. ADX has turned up above 20. The blue line's come up above 20. It coincides with that blue arrow there, and up the trend goes. Simple as that. Simple as that. Let's see a couple more examples quickly. Again, red's gone up above 20. So is the yellow line, the ADX, both heading up. And there's a nice downtrend above. You follow the crosshair. Now it doesn't matter what happens after you enter the trade with regards to the red and blue lines. You'll see normally the red or the blue line will drop away like it has here. As long as the yellow line keeps on heading up, that's a good sign. It's when the yellow line starts to stall or turn, it may be a time to either consider getting out or bringing the stops up in place. See here, just move across the right again, gone back to red above the 20, no problems. Then the yellow, the ADX has started to head up, short again, short. See how the red line's heading down, no big deal. As long as that yellow line's heading up still, we stay in the trade. And when we get to this point here, it falls away, market flattens out, maybe time to get out, look for another opportunity. Over to the right here, so we've had the visual arrow here saying yep, short. Comes up from underneath the 20, red's above the 20, down again, down. Yeah. Alright, let's just explain a few things about the ADX. It's best to enter a trade with the ADX when the yellow line's heading up. Alright, can either be short or long. See when the yellow line's down below the 20 like it is here, and you see how the red and blue are crossing. Basically that means stay out of the market. If it's below like that and heading down, the market's going sideways. The trend's not strong. It's not strong at all along here. It's very low, keeps low, that shoots up. Here's another example. Here's another. I'll put the crosshairs on. I'm running out of time. I've got to quickly go through this. Another one. ADX, the yellow line heading up, as is the red line, both above the 20 heading up. Good time to go short. We have a little dip there, no problems. See how the ADX, the red line's bouncing around, that's okay. And we head back up again. Stay short, then it falls away. Good time to be out of the market. And it starts heading up again. Everything's still above 20, down again. Then it falls away, out of the market. Now, we're heading up. Now the blue line's above, so we're going long. The blue says we're going long. Remember, red says we're going short. And up it goes again. Now that's on a 5-minute chart. I'll just flick over to a 15-minute chart. I'll go forward here. Again, where I am here. ADX, yellow line heading up. Red line's above the 20. And nice downtrend, no problems at all. Go to the hourly chart, just a problem showing you on the hourly chart, the pivot lines get nice and tight. Here's one here, yellow line's turned up above the 20, blue line's above the 20, here's a nice uptrend up there. Pretty straightforward, pretty simple. ADX, FX Wizard, if you can get a hold of it, check it out. It's a good read, the book itself, even if you don't follow the system. It's a very good read. So thanks for listening. Hope that's helped you a bit. I've never mentioned the lag at all, but you can see for yourself how that works with the 5-minute charts especially. Okay, thank you.